Mohammed, IFL TV, MTK Global. I'm at your call today for the Goodwin Show, joined by cruiserweight Richard Riakporhe.
What's happening?
What brings you down here today, Richard?
I come to support my good friend Jonathan Pilata. He's a heavyweight. This is his debut, so he rang a good crowd now, and everybody's just coming to support.
Obviously, last time I caught up with you was with the Dillian Whyte Lucas Brown card.
Yeah.
Got your win there. Got your pro career off to a good start. Have you got a fight date announced?
So yeah, right now we're just kind of sorting things out in the background. I spoke to Dillian the other day, and he's saying that I can get on his show for the 28th, but hopefully get like something like a deal. We'll match him hopefully, and there's some other promoters as well that are kind of interested. So we're just seeing. We'll just have to sort out a few things, and then we'll go on from there.
So that's June 28th, yeah?
Yeah, June 28th.
What, the O2?
Yeah, O2.
So do you know who Dillian Whyte could be fighting, or rumours of Pulev?
There's a few fights that he was telling me about.
Okay.
Hopefully he gets the Pulev, because that will make sense, so he can be mandatory for the Deontay? Yeah. If he doesn't get that, then there's obviously still domestic fights there. There's Chisora, and I know everybody will pay big money for that fight. That fight was a good cracker. So.
I don't know if you saw the other day on Twitter, but Derek Chisora put out a tweet of him and Dillian having an exchange on Instagram in privately. What do you make of all that?
Exactly, like that word there, private. That's what it should have been, private. They could just sort it out, but obviously I know Derek, he really wants that fight, so he's promoting it there and putting it up. Of course, it's gonna get people more interested in kind of actually seeing that. But you know what? To be honest, that was one of the best fights I've seen, and I know a lot of people will pay a top dollar for that fight. So it makes sense for that fight to happen again. If not, then he could just push for that Deontay Wilder fight, because that's what he really, really wants. And he's not. Trust me, everybody knows Dillian Whyte is on job.
We'll come back to the heavyweight division, but I want to talk about your division, cruiserweight division. We've seen Lawrence Okoli, Luke Watkins. That fight been announced for June 6th here at your call. Your thoughts on that one?
My thoughts, I believe that Lawrence Okoli should win, and within the scheduled time. I'm picking maybe within 5 rounds, but obviously we're not trying to throw off Luke Watkins, because he's a durable fighter. He's been in there with a few guys. And he showed, like you've seen his knockout record as well, ratio, so he must be able to hit hard. But to be honest, I just feel like it will be too much. Lawrence Okoli will be too much for him to handle. Quite big, physical. It will be a bit too much.
Do you think he'll land at one point and stop Watkins?
Pardon?
Do you think he'll land at one point, Okoli, and stop Watkins? Is that what you're saying?
I reckon probably, yeah. I reckon it will stop him. I don't think it will be like a KO, but like a stoppage, TKO victory to Lawrence. But Lawrence has to keep sharp.
And I know I asked you about this last time we caught up, but obviously still hasn't happened. It got pushed back. Usyk Gassiev.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I think what is it?
They're still supposed to fight, but no date or venue's been confirmed.
Usyk had an injury, right?
I'm not too sure what went on, but I still think they're going to fight. It's the final.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's going to happen, but you know,
it's a
tricky one to be honest. It's a tricky one because Gassiev is a threat. You know, he's inside work, he's hooks, he's body shots as well. That could be one of the key reasons why he would be more of a threat for Usyk. But Usyk's always on his toes, and he's always moving around, which is going to make it difficult for Gassiev. Gassiev is going to have to find him, and Gassiev likes to plod along and just take the shots on his elbows and on his arms, his forearms, and then come forward. But he's going to have to deal with shots being thrown at him and also moving around at the same time, so it's going to be quite difficult. But I'm still leaning towards Usyk for victory.
Carry on with the cruiserweights. Tony Bellew is probably going to come back down. Obviously, he's just beaten David A for the second time. Talk of the Andre Ward fight, possibly fighting the winner of Usyk Gassiev. Let's start with the Andre Ward fight. How do you think he'd fare in that one?
That's a tricky one. I think he'll find it very difficult. Andre Ward is a master of closing down, roughing up his opponents, and working on the inside. The good things that Tony Bellew's key attributes, he's really good with his feet, feinting, and he's quite fast as well. Got a sharp jab, and that should help him out in the fight. But it'll be a good fight. But let me tell you something that's more interesting, which I think the public would like to see, would be a rematch between Adonis Stevenson and Tony Bellew. That would be more interesting to watch. What about you? What do you think? Would you like
well, obviously Adonis Stevenson's fighting tonight against Bellew. This interview will go out after, anyways. But how do you think that one's going to go?
That's a tricky one. I'm leaning towards Bellew because he's physically strong. He doesn't get tired in the fights. I've always seen him push on harder and harder and put more pressure on opponents as the fight goes on. Whereas Adonis Stevenson, he's got that Julius Jackson fork shot, left hand. You do not want to get caught with that shot. If anybody gets caught with that shot, they're going to bed. It's night. It's good night. Good night, God bless. So he has to evade that, kind of break it down, keep his guard nice and tight, and just do what he needs to do. Keep on boxing. But just remember, as he said, I was watching the press conference, the second to last press conference, and he was saying, listen, it's a 12-round fight. He's going to have to land at some point in the fight. It's a long time. It's true. So if he lands, how would Bellew react?
Take that shot. Yeah.
Now, if he lands in the first half of the fight, that could be quite dangerous. If he lands in the second half, Adonis's power might have worn down slightly because of obviously fatigue, etc. So you can't take a shot.
Say Adonis Stevenson does come out on top. If that rematch with Tony Bellew were to happen, say at cruiserweight, would you fancy Adonis to get the second win over Tony? Or no?
Tony Bellew. I think I'm going for the Tony Bellew knockout. He's proven he can bang, he can punch, he can box. Like he's got all the tools you need to beat an Adonis Stevenson. I think it will be a knockout, and plus both of them can punch, but it's whoever lands at the same time. He can't get a shot from Adonis. I would guess that if he comes up a weight, he's going to be more powerful and he will have more of a left hand, more of a solid left hand. So he has to beware of that shot.
Okay, so you're saying, in terms of Bellew, you're saying tough fight against Ward, Adonis Stevenson, you'd fancy Tony. What about let's say Usyk wins the final, Tony Bellew against Alexander Usyk at cruiserweight. How do you see that one?
I don't think that will happen, me personally. No? But I think Tony Bellew could take that as well. But he's going to have to train really hard for that because Usyk's work rate is quite high. And I reckon he will pressure Tony Bellew throughout the rounds. And Tony Bellew's going to have to deal with it. But he's got all the experience that you need to take on an opponent and to get the victory. But I don't think he'll be looking that way. And as I said before to you guys, I think Usyk is going to want to go up. He's going to want the big money.
Yeah.
Go up to heavyweight.
How do you think he'd fare at heavyweight against the likes of Wilder, Fury, Joshua?
Usyk?
Yep.
I think he'll do well. Yeah. I saw him in the WSB fight against Joe Joyce, take some big shots from Joe Joyce, and he was still there giving it back. So I don't think he's Chinny, or he won't be able to do the power of the shots. And he works, and he can punch as well. So definitely.
Let's move back to Dillian. Obviously, he's saying he's got a potential date at the back end of June. A lot of talk of him wanting that Wilder fight as well. If that does get made, you backing your boy Dillian in that one?
Yeah, definitely. Because just remember, heavyweight boxing is heavyweight boxing. One punch can change the whole fight, and that's all you need. If Dillian, everybody saw what Dillian Whyte done to Lucas Brown, landed that big left hook, and it was good night and God bless. So if he lands that shot with Wilder, the same thing can happen. He's an odd 18, 17 stone, landing a big punch and twisting your waist into. Listen, he's going to have problems. Anyone will have problems, and vice versa. If Wilder hits Dillian, it's going to be big trouble for Dillian's going to be in big trouble at the same time. It's heavyweight boxing, but it's all about being smart and intelligent. But I know that Dillian will do well in that fight.
We also saw Dillian call out David A. Even though I know David A lost, but still wants that fight.
When did you see that on my YouTube channel?
Oh, I'm going to come on to that in a second actually. But no, well, on IFL actually, Coogan did an interview with Dillian straight after, getting a reaction, and he was calling out David A. Do you make all that?
I don't know, because you know what? To be honest, obviously I was ringside, and everybody started cheering, like for Tony Bellew, for like when he said, "Who do you want to fight?" When they asked him, "Who do you want to fight next?" Everybody started cheering, saying, and started chanting, "Dillian, Dillian, Dillian, Dillian," but he wasn't interested, well, because he didn't respond. But hey, I just think that there's no point. That fight shouldn't happen, even if his legs was healed. At his point in his career and at his age, Dillian Whyte will dismantle him, like take him apart. He's too big, he's too strong, and it won't be wise for David to take such a fight. Now with his injury, listen, he needs to pack it in.
Okay, so you think David A should retire?
Forget about it. He made a decent amount of money from boxing, and obviously he didn't come out the way he wanted to, and that's a shame. But that's what happens, you know. So.
Yeah, you mentioned your YouTube channel. You're vlogging, so just I
got my camera on me now.
What's the thinking behind that? We've seen Hara Davis do the same, actually. Oh,
this is it. So this is a Canon G7X Mark II. It's quite light, portable. I just take it everywhere. Just film what I do day to day, go training and stuff. And it's different as well, because a lot of people messaged me and said that it's really good that you're doing this, because I never kind of got to know or see a boxer how they are in their personal life and what they do on a day-to-day basis, etc. So it's definitely good. O'Hara's got his page.
Yeah,
now.
I see that as well.
Yeah.
Who started it first?
It was me.
You were the first one.
Actually, wait, hold on, I'm not too sure. Okay, I'll tell the names. It's me, O'Hara, and Umar Sadiq that are doing this, and whoever follows is going to follow suit from us. I don't know how us three you started first, but we're all doing it. I was watching O'Hara's vlog the other day. He likes to do the sitting in the car and talk about different politics and topics in boxing. It's kind of easy, kind of interesting.
What your videos been about?
Mine, I do a mixture. I do that. I only started recently. I've got a vlog coming out tomorrow, and that was when I was in Cuba. I was training out in Cuba. I had I vlogged the whole day, Tony Bellew versus David Hay. I vlogged the whole day.
So you had your camera at the O2 with you, yeah?
I swear to you, I brought the camera and I actually caught the whole fight on the camera, like the knockouts, everything, knockdowns. Yeah? Terrible, yeah. But it's good, it's good, it's good.
Stuff. Yeah, okay. Thanks for talking to us today, Richard. Hopefully we get some fight news on you soon.
Yeah, we'll do, man, and I'll give you a twinkle.
Yeah, exactly. But for now, thanks for talking to IFL. I'm sure we'll catch up with you soon. Top man.
Thanks, man. So make sure you subscribe, Richard Riakporhe on the YouTube channel, and stay tuned. And if you follow me on Instagram at @R_RIAKPORHE.